What is up, Sooner Nation? It is Spring Game Eve, Jay. And really, on Spring Game Eve, Sooner fans, there's some news out there, and it's the fact that seems like Justin Harrington is going to be entering the portal, which, Jay, I'm just going to be flat out honest. That's a shock.
And hey, real quick though, I totally disagree with this comment. I don't know that
I agree with you, Jay.
I'm here's the deal. Here's the reality. I think I don't know the situation, obviously, but he's coming off injury. He hasn't practiced. When was he going to start practicing? Was there? I mean, were they expecting him to come back and really be able to start?
Yes, they were, Jay. They absolutely were.
I don't think they were.
But here's what I would say, Jay. I think they are absolutely thinking Justin Harrington, he gets that medical red shirt or gets that extra year. They thought he was going to be, but here's the deal. I think what this really shows, my opinion, I'm not there at practice. I'm not there to say this, but here's what I'm saying. I think he probably himself saw what these dudes are doing at practice. And I mean, guys like Kendall Dolby, Ashmigo, all those guys, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I'll say this right now. I mean, I absolutely loved Justin Harrington. I think
absolutely
Justin Harrington, the epitome of never giving up, trying, working your butt off to play football. Not even on scholarship. I mean, came back to Oklahoma to walk on to try to get out there. And it's very, very, very unfortunate for him last year that he got injured, because I think he was off to a great start and he would have had a great year last year. It's just, and you know, things work. You know, I believe in the things work out for the good. Everything's for Justin Harrington is going to be good, but it's just not going to be at OU. It looks like, and I hope and pray that he goes somewhere and absolutely dominates. That's my wish for him.
Yeah, Monty, missed y'all. Good to be back. Great God, I think Dolby does start. Someone brought up, is Dasan McCullough the cheater for sure now? No, I think there's some depth there. I don't think that maybe Dasan's going to play some, but I think it's Kendall Dolby. And I do disagree with you, Chester. I don't know why you'd want to kick Woody Washington out. I think Woody Washington's going to have a phenomenal year.
Spring game got moved to 2:30. We need to go ahead and say that.
I'll be there, Jay.
You'll be there.
I think my seats are in section 17, Sooner Nation. Jay, this is a good comparison. Rodney Anderson. In some ways, the thing is, Rodney Anderson still came back and played and, of course, never went to another school. Justin Harrington's going to go somewhere else and play. But I do agree with 405 Boy. Maybe he saw, and again, it's speculation, some of the writing on the wall.
But yeah, I'm not going to speculate, but here's what I'll say. Anybody, this goes for any college football player. If you're a veteran and you have 1 year left or 2 years left and you don't see yourself getting a whole lot of playing time, I think that's when the transfer portal is going to open up for a lot of people. If they've been at a school now I'm not saying Harrington, this is nothing to him. I'm just saying in general, guys that have been at a school for a while and haven't played, and they're in that last year, a year or 2 years left, well, maybe it's time to try somewhere else, right? I mean, who knows?
And I just hate it for Justin. I hate it because, like you said, I love Harrington. He's the epitome of a lot. So, yeah, I hope he goes somewhere where they can utilize his phenomenal athletic ability, his smarts. Kyla, I'm with you. I don't get it.
The Lightning.
1 o'clock, there's a 6% chance of rain. 3:30, 48% chance of rain.
Yeah,
okay.
It has to do with the Lightning. I don't think they want to be delayed. They'll play in the rain. Yeah,
I did.
Teresa, thanks. Teresa, thanks for bringing this up. I texted about it earlier. It's unbelievable. The logo is absolutely fire.
Hey, Sooner fan. The fact of the matter is he has been playing will linebacker this year during practice. Josh says RSJ, Billy, Peyton, Woody, Dolby completely stacked. Wish Harrington luck. Hot take. Does Kenneth get more than 20 snaps a game? I'd say around 20. Depends on how much they rotate guys.
Yeah. I am so pumped for tomorrow to see all this talk, man. I mean, we freaking talked about this for, golly, how many days now? It's like, geez, let's go. Hunter, is it because they're not in the conference till July? And by the way, they got entered in the conference tonight when Mr. Paul Finebaum was there at the softball game. Paul Finebaum at the softball game will be at the spring game, taking it all in this weekend. Love to see it. Paul, love to see it. Jeremy, I'm going to try to see if he can get back on the show with us.
Yeah, we need to have him on again.
I thought
over
I
100 recruits on campus. Listen, it is absolutely massive, and that's one reason there's probably zero chance they are canceling this thing. It's more about all the other stuff probably than the game itself, but Sooner Nation needs to show these recruits the dedication and commitment Sooner fans have to football. Hey, I will say this, though. I'll say this. Two things, Jay. One, if the defense is as ahead of everyone thinks they are, then there's going to be a lot of complaining about the offense tomorrow. That's the first thing. Second of all, it is absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion, to think Jaron Canick's going anywhere. He loves OU. He loves Danny Stutzman. He ain't leaving anywhere. Come on. Let's not make comments like that. He's not hating his time here. He's not, as Ron says, looking to get out of Norman.
Hey, Mike wants to know the pronunciation, and maybe Hunter can drop the exact way to pronunciate it because I don't want to say it wrong. Maybe Hunter can drop it. Chuck says we can guess, but I hope Harrington is okay. I agree, Chuck. I agree, and I just feel for the guy, to be honest with you, because he fought like heck to get out there and come back to OU. Walked on, no scholarship, and did it. Never whined about anything, just worked his butt off. It's just, and you had to, I mean, this had to be a thing where Venables and Harrington have talked many times probably about this situation. So I don't think anybody was surprised by this. Do you? I mean, I think this is something they've talked about. And it's probably best for Harrington. If Harrington wasn't going to be able to practice till maybe fall, maybe they're like, well, I mean, that's going to put you way behind. Like, go somewhere. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. And Ron, I was just using your phrase. I know you didn't say that. I was not golfing today, Chester. Absolutely not. Wish I would have been golfing, but I wasn't.
Hey, Colin, I literally texted this in the group text maybe 15 minutes ago. I was shocked that OU has reached out to him. Were you, Jerm? Not because I think he's a great cornerback. Duh. That's nothing new. I was just because I thought they seemed pretty good at cornerback, but
yeah, I agree, Jay, and I'm going to go on a rant in a minute. Just be ready for it, I think. Listen, first, there's a lot of tape on Harrington. There's enough tape on Harrington. His athletic ability will play anywhere. The other thing is Ron was not wrong about wanting out of Norman, Kyla, because maybe he wants out of Norman about Moser, but no one wants him. Okay? And then the thing I'm going to rant on, did you see Shedeur Sanders and the other guy for Colorado?
Because they DM people to come check out Colorado.
Did you see the press conference?
No, I did not see the press conference.
They asked, why would people come to Colorado? And their answers were unbelievable.
What were they?
Shedeur Sanders said, well, if you're an offensive lineman, you would come here because your name's going to be all over and they're like, all we have is NFL coaches. And then they said, only the best players play. I mean, it was absurd. The arrogance in that room was unbelievable. And I know where they get it from. Okay.
Hey.
Kuli Nuifeyu.
I think Hunter dropped it in there, Jerm. There it is right there.
Kuli Nuifeyu.
Yeah.
And go back to Sooner Legend. Legend.
I want to talk about
I love them. I love the rules.
I love both of them, the communication and the 2-minute warning. Love them both. Think they're great. Do you guys like them or not? Jen says if a player gets in the portal and doesn't go to a team, does his eligibility remain? I would assume if you're not on a team, it's still be a year of eligibility. Right?
Yes, Jay. You would
Now,
still have it.
not if you go to a school though and don't play. If you're not enrolled in college, I guess is what she's saying. Yeah.
She said, wait. Jen says doesn't go to a team. That means I'm assuming that means they didn't
They
get picked
didn't.
up.
Yeah,
They
they
can
did.
still come back and play their eligibility. Maybe that's not what Jen was wanting. I don't know.
Pelicans are up, Germ. Zion Williamson.
Yeah, as long
I
as you don't play
think
it,
he'll be
remain.
playing that much.
I love the 2-minute warning. I think the 2-minute warning, it's a football thing. How can you not have the 2-minute warning? That's great to add. And the communication in the helmet's great too.
Correct. Love it both.
Now, there could be some issues with that the first year.
Chuck says most football players have a pride issue. Some of that falls on the fans as well. I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I think some.
But a lot of it falls on, I think, the coach.
Hey, you know what would not surprise me?
What's that?
Justin Harrington working his butt off, having a great year, and sometime and may even see that guy playing on Sunday. It wouldn't surprise me with him. Now, I think the
How
only
healthy
thing
is
is
he, Jay?
how he comes back from injury. That's it. Because I think he's an athletic freak. It's just, what does this injury do? And maybe nobody knows how he's been coming back from it in the first place. So,
hey, Sooner fan, yes, Chet is their biggest guy, but listen, Jalen Williams from Santa Clara, Jalen Williams, he is so long, and even Dort, they are lengthy.
Chuck said he didn't think the press conference.
Okay, maybe someone else saw. I just thought it was really, really arrogant. And like, if I'm a recruit watching that, I don't want to go play. It seemed very fake to me. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just judging it too much. It seemed very fake. Maybe it's because I know they all talked the talk last year and didn't walk the walk.
I'll have to check that out, Mike. Yeah, I had read that's when they said it was going to stop, which I think is great. I mean,
how are they controlling that, Jay?
What?
How will they control that?
I think it's like I think it just goes. It makes a noise where you can't hear any communication. I don't know, but you can't communicate. That's it.
Well,
2-minute warning is just an excuse for them to put on 3 more minutes of commercials. No, I thought I saw somewhere where it's not going to be a Hunter texted it earlier. Hunter might have the exact rule on that.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, there it is. They claim no commercials.
Jay.
Yeah.
If a guy can cheat, steal signs, right?
Yeah.
Someone can allow communication for 15 seconds longer inside of a helmet, I promise you.
Well, I don't know, Jeremy. I mean,
I'm just saying, they could hack into it if they wanted.
I try to see the good in everybody. Chuck says, well, we all have an opinion, and you are right. They spoke a lot of mess and didn't live up to it. And here's the thing. Here's another thing about Colorado. Go look at their coaching staff last year. Some of them
they're gone, Jay. They all left.
Wait, some of them didn't even make it through the season.
Hey, maybe Hunter can post a picture of Jay with the stash. He shaved and just had the stash. It was very creepy. Jay,
Let me say this. I couldn't do it, man. I can't keep that hair. It's too much, man. I had to get rid of it. What's that?
Let me say this about Colorado, Chuck.
Colorado.
I would much rather have heard.
Say that again.
Let me say this about Colorado, Chuck.
Oh, Colorado. That was better.
I would have much rather have heard those guys say, come to Colorado because, we got a great culture. We're going to, the coaches expect you to be your best. But it was all like, come here so your name will be heard. Come here, Jeremy, because you're going to make the league. You're going to make the league. You're going to make the league if you come here.
Jeremy.
What?
Jeremy.
What?
Jeremy.
What?
Look at who they're recruiting, though. That's the recruit who they're recruiting to. So it makes sense. Right?
Okay.
It makes sense to me. I mean, isn't that why they got McClain in the first place? Now, he's already gone after 1 year, but They know their
Hunter
audience.
says they know their audience.
Hunter.
And Hunter.
Thank you, Hunter.
Hunter,
Thank
and
you.
you're the one. And Hunter's the one last year that said they were going to be so great.
Hey, Chuck, let me say this real quick. They did say that if you come here, the best players will play. I can promise you if a better quarterback comes in than Shador, he's not playing.
And I can also promise you, Jay, playing the best players, even if they don't work hard and have horrible attitudes, I don't think that's a recipe for success.
Bobby, who are the top two? Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders?
I don't think Shador's top 10.
I don't think Shador Sanders is top 10.
Sooner Legends has a video.
Really dang good.
Sooner Legend podcast has a video on the rules. If anyone wants to check that out. Did you see the list of teams Tennessee
I don't want to get into all this, but I did.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't want to spend
ridiculous.
a whole lot of time talking about it. Yeah.
I think it's just because even on OUJ, I'm always a culture guy first. It's just kind of who I am. So maybe.
I mean, Chuck and Bobby say he's top 10. I'm not sold on him being top 10 yet. That's just me. I may be dead wrong on him. I may be dead wrong. I'd also have to see who the other quarterbacks are next year coming out. I mean,
it all depends on the class, Jay.
I think he's a really good quarterback. Okay, I do, but I would like to see him not playing for his dad on another team to see how he would do. You know what I mean? I kind of need to see that.
Yeah, and so Jackson Arnold put some numbers up without a line in that bowl game. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
I hope Jackson Arnold can put some numbers up tomorrow. But, again, I think the defense is pretty good at OU. I was just getting ready to say something about the visitors this weekend. If Williams doesn't commit after this visit, he's not going to OU. I'm just going to say that outright.
Why? You don't think he'll take the other visits? It's not like you can it's not like you can really start doing anything anyway, right?
It never is good if they visit and then take their other visits.
Okay, but let me ask you, what is the point to commit quickly in the spring portal? What do you get out of it?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what you get out of it except your commitments there earlier.
I know, but you don't think people are going to weigh every money they can make and see what the best offer is at this point? I mean, the more I thought about it last night, that's kind of what I was thinking was, well, I mean, I said the same thing too, and I got to think about it. Well, if there's really no hurry, then why wouldn't you at least wait? I'm talking about the big-time portal guys. You think they're going to probably weigh everything out.
And Bobby thinks Hickman commits, but Hickman I think he's the second guy. It's Williams and Hickman are the two most needed players.
But I also think it's different with Hickman because he's not as highly touted as Williams. Williams, I think, is going to weigh all his options.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Hickman's already graduated. Is that correct? Hunter might know.
Jerk does have a point.
The jerk has a point.
Meant to be germ, but I've done the same thing 405 on text. I do the same thing.
Yeah, he graduates in May. So, I mean, he would be.
That's it. See, huge offers. I mean, I think he's going to listen to all of them.
Well, if he's getting huge offers, he's probably not going to OU then.
Chester said, let's play OSU for spring game from here on out.
Hey, I want to play FCS schools. Yes, I'd be all for it. Can you imagine if OU this weekend was playing Connecticut in football?
Do you think, let me ask you this, would you be able to tell more in a game like that?
Yes. Absolutely you would be. We talked about this before. Hey, Jay, Monty says, doesn't BV encourage guys to visit other places? Here's what BV's kind of policy is. He doesn't mind people visiting, but after you commit, you don't go visit anywhere.
That's what it is, yeah.
If you commit, you don't take any more visits. He's pretty strict on that.
Hey, how about the picture tonight? Brent Venables, the Boz, and Paul Finebaum all together. Gotta love it.
Yes. Which one doesn't fit? Paul Finebaum.
Yeah. Hey, trivia
They're all
tonight.
great.
Trivia tonight. Before we get going on trivia, check out Fanstop. Go to fanstop.com. Use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. You're going to want to do it. I promise you. Go check it out. Check out all they have to offer there. Not just the shirt of the month. They have all kinds of stuff. Pullovers, all kinds of merchandise. Officially licensed, by the way. So you do want to sign up for that. Here we go for the trivia tonight. Paul Finebaum there in Norman for the spring game. I got 2 questions. Well, I'm going to go 1 question tonight. 1 question. Pretty easy question. You're going to be fast tonight on the typing. Here it is. Where did Paul Finebaum graduate from college? That's the trivia tonight. Where did Paul Finebaum graduate from college? Should be fairly quick. There it is. I think CS Land got it. Tennessee. Yep, Tennessee. I think a lot of people think Alabama, but yeah, Tennessee guy, Tennessee graduate, and he is in town for OU spring game. Gotta love it. To me, it just feels like SEC now. I mean, that's what Paul Finebaum is to me. Paul Finebaum is SEC football. When you think SEC, you cannot not think about Paul Finebaum. It's crazy to think he's been doing the SEC network, Germ, since 2014, man. That's 10 years, SEC network. And now, finally, OU part of SEC network, man. It's great. Great stuff. Glad he's here to see it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Sooner fans turn out and put on a good. I know, Jimmy, a lot of people don't care, but listen, the fact of the matter is this. Paul Finebaum will push SEC. He will push OU. He is the face of SEC in the media world. Okay, fact.
Jay, here's what.
Yeah.
As much as people hated Paul Finebaum, they will now love Paul Finebaum because of what you just said. He's going to push it. Now, hey, I like Joel Klatt. I think Joel Klatt is good, but Joel Klatt is very similar to Paul Finebaum in some of the things he pushes. So,
hey, Sooner Legend wants to know over commitments. It depends on what's the time frame? How many, like 2 days after? What are you saying?
I think he's saying this weekend.
Okay, but as far as commits on Sunday, how many they get? 1.
I think they get 2.
1. Hickman. That's all I think.
Yeah. No, they can't hire more analysts. Do not hire more analysts. They've analyst out. They're good.
Hey,
I think 2 is what they get. Jay thinks 1.
Well, they may get 2. I just don't think you're going to get it that quickly. You'll get maybe.
What am I wrong on, Chuck? What am I wrong on?
You're wrong on a lot of things, but Chuck's got something specific he wants to call you out.
Jay, I am wrong a whole lot. All you got to do is ask my wife, okay? I'm wrong a heck of a lot. But I would like to know what I'm wrong on here for. Hey, Tone Loke. I think my seat is in section 17. I'll have 2 of my 3 boys there with me. Another guy with me. Braden will be with me. Hunter will be there. Yeah, I hope to find you.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, which is very disappointing. I was hoping to get out there.
Working like 90 hours a week, Jay. I get it.
I'm just right now. My work schedule is it's my busy season, so it's kind of difficult. But
hey, I want to get to Monty's about scholarships, but I want to say first, Chuck, no, I'm not wrong about Paul Finebaum. There will be Sooner fans who love Paul Finebaum. You know what, guys? Paul Finebaum has been one of the most optimistic people about OU going to the SEC. He said they're ready for the move. When other people said, nope, this isn't going to be good, Paul Finebaum said, oh, yeah, they got all their ducks in a row. He is very high on Joe Castiglione, the administration, I believe. I think he's really talked a lot of good about OU. That's all I was saying.
Jimmy says Funky Colt Medina in response to Tone Loke. Tone Loke, man, was, gosh, I used to love his music back in the day.
Jason, do you want to share what kind of work you do?
I'm in sales. There you go. sales, and this is my busy season. Yeah, Tone Lokes with the emojis there. 2:30 is the game tomorrow.
The weather looks like it might just be light rain. The worst part, I think, is gonna be the wind. North wind at 20 an hour.
Hey, here's the thing about Paul Finebaum. I mean, what I like about Paul Finebaum is what I don't like about some of the other guys, and I'll mention Stephen A. Smith, the other guy on there, Shannon Sharp. The fact of the matter is, Paul Finebaum, I don't think he, he's fake when he goes off on some topic. I do think Stephen A. and some of these guys kind of, they plan it, like what they're going to argue about. I don't think Paul Finebaum's that way. I think Paul Finebaum's pretty real in his arguments, and I don't mind him.
Am I more like Paul Finebaum or Stephen A., Jay?
Depends on the night, but probably Paul Finebaum.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You're more like none of them. You're your own person, Jeremy.
Thank you. Haywood not coming would be very disappointing, Grey God says.
Yes.
Hey, Ron.
I just don't know.
There probably are fake callers. I'll tell you what we have here. Genuine fans, viewers. There's no fake viewers on here. There's nothing planned. Well, there's only one plan. We'll be on every night at 9:30.
That's because you can relate to Paul, Chuck says.
I'll take that as a compliment. I love journalism. I love writing. I'm an English teacher. Absolutely. Baseball clinches the series.
BYU, not very good in baseball.
Not very good. Not very good.
Yeah, not good.
I know you were talking about Finebaum's show. I was just saying on here we don't have any fake ones.
Softball with the win tonight. Run rule. Kelly Maxwell again looks great.
She's really good, Jay.
She's really pitching good right now. Hopefully she can continue that into the postseason.
Drop it in the drop. Who is going to be at the spring game? It sounds like Tone Loke's going to be there. I'll be looking for you all tomorrow.
Jane's in there, section 7, she says.
Hey,
and Monty,
if you give me a second, Jay. If you give me a second, I can go on there and tell you exactly where my seat is.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
how about that?
I'll give you a second. Go do it. Hey, Monty says, Finebaum always consistent. And Monty, you're right about that. And here's the deal. He was there for a while, the Alabama love, but there's been times lately, I think, when Alabama, he's been pretty honest about Alabama. And I think a lot of OU fans, I was one of them, hated Alabama so much. So I had that kind of opinion towards Finebaum many years ago. But Paul will tell you exactly what he thinks. You may not agree, but he's going to tell you his take. That's right. And that's why I like it. I like anybody that's going to be upfront and tell me what they think. Whether I like what they're saying or not, I can respect that, and I like that. Sooner fan, 20-plus year season ticket holder, never been to a single spring in, just don't think you get much out of it.
Section 17, row 23, I'll be there.
1723. So what numbers is
Moses Madu.
No, Petaway. Petaway?
What?
Is that Petaway?
Petaway.
23.
Who's 23, Jay?
Who's 23 this year, guys?
Roscoe's in section 5, row 8. Nice seats, Roscoe. I just actually bought mine today. So section 17, row 23.
There you go. Is Josiah Wagner 23? Trap House says.
Maybe that's it, yeah. Chuck, Paul Finebaum is not strictly Alabama.
I think there for a while that's what it was. But
that's because Alabama was dominating.
Yeah. Yeah, Grey God, I tell you what. Anytime I see a guy that OU's in on that is also considering A&M, I just never get a good feeling. Hey.
Look at Trap House.
Trick it, man.
Trap House is the man. Free ticket, section 32, row 3, if anyone wants it. The game is 2:30 tomorrow. They moved it back to 2:30 for threat of lightning. It sounds like, Jay, like you were saying, but it could be very good at 2:30. It does look like the rain chances are a little higher later in the day, 3:30, 4 o'clock. But I believe it's on ESPN Plus, Jay.
Yeah, I should be able to catch it. I think the Sooner Sports coverage did a little pre-show tonight, maybe. You got Dusty Dvorak on the call, along with Toby Rowland. Then you got, I think,
Jay,
and Chad McKee maybe on the radio part of it. So,
Ron Brown's comment. Sorry, OU no match for A&M portal-wise. And I'm going to say this. Sorry, A&M no match for OU culture-wise. There, I said it.
There you go. Although, well, A&M culture is going to change, isn't it?
It should. I like Elko.
Yeah, we'll see how good he is. Jen, Section 7, Row 23, seats 3 through 7. There you go. I love it, guys.
We're on the same road, Jen, just different section.
Love it. Hey, it's April. What is today? The 19th? April 19th. OU has yet to get a portal guy in basketball.
There it is. Portal combat versus culture.
I'm going to throw a little guy out there that just lost tonight. They're out of the NBA playoffs. His name is Billy Donovan.
What are you saying? To OU? I'm so confused. Why would you say that there's not a coaching position open?
I know
that is the.
I know
what?
I know there's not.
Are you alluding to something?
Yeah, and also, we haven't even mentioned this, but I can remember where I was on the Oklahoma City bombing. I mean, it's crazy. It's been that many years. Wait, Bobby, was it really on some? Were people talking about it? I just throwing it out there. I don't have listen, Sooner fan, I promise you I have no inside info. I don't do that. But
hey, look, Moser's going to get some guys out of the portal. Plus, Billy Donovan, I don't like Billy Donovan. I think
Jeremy, I don't think Billy Donovan will coach college basketball again ever.
Well, he's on his way out of the NBA. He's not very good.
But do you really think a guy that can go from that removed from college basketball can now go back into it with NIL and portal and all that and really succeed?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Billy has 2 national championships. To me, though, Billy Donovan, if he's going to get back into college coaching, it's going to be somewhere with NIL money is rampant. Somewhere like Arkansas that Calipari went to. It's going to be like I would have seen him maybe going to Kentucky, but I don't see him going to a place like Oklahoma.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, I got to get why. And listen, everyone knows my thoughts on Portal Moser, and they're right here with Trap House booming. Okay, I don't. It's always culture is preached, but yeah, it doesn't seem like OU's culture is very good under Porter Moser. Guys don't stay around. He can't keep any of them. Even the ones that stuck here for a year, like Jalen Hill, Elijah Harkless, guys like that, they played under him for a year, and he still couldn't keep them. He's got a problem with keeping guys.
They're gonna be in a world of hurt if they don't get some guys out of the portal pretty soon.
Hey, Jay, you know why? You know my opinion on it.
What's
you ready for it?
What?
I think the guys see how arrogant he is. I'm just saying that.
Well, I mean, you would assume that the guy from North Texas, Aaron Scott, is going to come in. I mean, I would think he's going to get there. But what about the big dogs like Brandon Garrison and some of these other guys? Padula. I mean, Padula, I thought being from the area would be a get. Hasn't committed yet. And the reason I threw the Billy Donovan stuff was I was on Twitter today and I just saw random people saying, oh, Billy Donovan no longer at Chicago. Where could he end up? I just threw it out there. So I don't think there's a chance of it.
No. Monty, that's unbelievable. I just can't even imagine in that moment, everything. That's just something I hope, people never have to face. Tough, man. Arkansas will have a natty in the next 3 years, Kyler says. In basketball.
Agree.
I don't.
In basketball, they will, Kyla. That is correct. OU is 5th to 15th NIL-wise. What do you guys think? Are you talking football or basketball? I would think you're talking football to be that highly ranked.
If it's basketball, it's probably 55 to 65. Football, 5 to 15. I would say OU is closer to 15 than they are 5.
I think it depends on how you look at it. Overall, number-wise,
closer to 15 or closer to 5, Jay?
I think they're around 9 or 10. So in between.
Hey, Jay, have you remember The Price is Right? The mountain climber guy, Yodelehi?
Yeah.
We need to get us a little chart like that and do some little over-under on some things.
What was the name? Hey, trivia question right here. What was the name of that game on Price is Right?
I cannot think of it. That's why. Now, I love Plinko, but.
Hey, Bobby, listen. I would put. I'm pretty confident that he's going to win at Arkansas pretty quick, because here's the deal. I do think Kentucky, yes. I think he just for some reason couldn't win in the postseason, but that doesn't mean he's going to not have that at Arkansas. And I think he's got NIL backing. He'll have the great players. Here's the difference, though. I do think maybe he's going to change his ways a little bit. And I think he's going to go from getting one-and-done guys from 1 through 10 or 1 through 9 that he had, and instead get a handful of one-and-done guys mixed with some 3 to 4 year guys. And I don't know. I just have a good feeling about him in Arkansas. I may be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times, guys.
You're wrong again. Was it mountain climber or cliffhanger?
I'm not sure.
The spring game is 2:30. They moved it to 2:30. Looks like the weather's going to be higher chance of rain around 3:30 or 4. They probably could have kept it at 1, but John Calipari, I don't want to say what I think he is.
They also have Jerry Jones helping.
What?
They also have Jerry Jones helping with the NIL.
And they're in trouble. John Calipari, Jay, let's just face it, his best coaching job was UMass.
Memphis, he was pretty good. Hey,
the cheating they did, though, unbelievable.
Hunter says cliffhanger. There it is.
It is cliffhanger.
Yeah. So, hey, speaking of, somebody said Walmart. You mentioned Tyson. There's also other places in Arkansas. But what about OU and Norman? You saw Memphis today. Bobby, did you see this? I know you mentioned Memphis as Calipari's best coaching job. Did y'all see that FedEx, in Memphis is really helping with NIL? So I think, and Sooner fans said Loves. What would it be there in Oklahoma that you think business-wise? Because I do think that's where it's going to go more often down the road, is there's going to be a lot of businesses donating money to all this. Is what's going to happen for NIL. Yeah, Walmart money is going to Missouri right now. That's correct. I have a graduate there. So, I mean, Loves is one. Who is OU's richest alum? I heard something today, Jerm. Tell me your opinion. It was on Jim Traber on the Sports Animal. I was driving. I had him on. And I would love the Sooner fans to answer this too. But if Boone Pickens was still alive, he said OSU would be the top NIL team in the Big 12.
Yes, agreed.
I would agree too, Jerm. And Hunter agrees too, 100%. And so, first, somebody asked who is OU's biggest backer. I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know all that stuff. So
I don't either. But yeah, Boone Pickens would have been. Yeah, that's right, Sooner fan. That's right. And that was before NIL. He would have just been loving NIL. You know what I mean?
Oil and gas industry, Mez says, hey, I wanted to go back up over under on turnover margin. I'm guessing Blake's talking about tomorrow. I'd take the over in a heartbeat. There's going to be turnovers tomorrow. First off, the weather's not going to be ideal.
Will Jackson Arnold throw an interception tomorrow?
I think he'll probably throw a pick. Trap House knows Price is right. Hey, what's better, Jay? Bob Barker, Price is right, or Drew Carey?
I'm kind of partial to Bob Barker, but that's
because Bob Barker.
That's because I grew up watching it with that microphone.
I was just getting ready to say he's got to have the best microphone of all time.
Although if I was to go on a game show, that wouldn't be the one I'd go on.
What would you go on, Jay?
Well,
Wheel of Fortune, I'm pretty doggone good at.
My favorite game show, Wheel of Fortune, man.
Is there going to be a pregame pod? Dalpois, there is going to be a pregame video where we kind of break down our thoughts on the Sooner surge here on the spring game. I'll be in transit. I'm going to get there about 1 o'clock. We're leaving here at Saptown at 11 o'clock after my son's first soccer game, and then we'll be there around 1. Thinking about eating Dave's Hot Chicken tomorrow night, guys. You ever had Dave's Hot Chicken, Jay? Breakdown?
There you go. Hey, no whammy, Scott. Pressure Luck was great, and Deal or No Deal, and Trap House. Whose line is it anyway? One of the greatest shows. I just loved that show, man. It's great. There were some good stars on that show. I mean, think of guys like Wayne Brady, who now is
Ryan Stiles.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good ones. Oh, Butcher Barbecue in Wilson, Germany. Have you ever had it?
Never had it. Always wanted to drive. Always wanted to go there, and I always drive by and say, that place has good barbecue, and we never stop.
It's so good, and their apple pie baked beans are unbelievable.
Hey, I want to see what the question was about on Jeopardy about Oklahoma, but Blake, let me say this. Hunter can drop it in here. It is a I'm not a big fan of BV's formats if he's the one making them. There's some interesting caveats in the one tomorrow, but there's too many to explain because it's kind of confusing.
Well,
we possibly could do a pregame live tomorrow.
There's points for turnovers. There's points for intercept. I mean, there's points for sacks. There's missed PATs, missed extra points, missed field goals. I mean,
hey Jay,
softball game's at 6. Jeremy, are you going to hit them both up or just going to?
The original plan was to also go to the softball game, but with the weather and with things we got going on, Dad, I didn't want to be down there till 10 at night and then drive back a couple hours. So we're just doing the football game and then going to go eat.
Yeah, thanks, Bobby, for putting that in there. I forgot to mention it earlier. Emmett Jones versus Todd Bates, Jerem. Who do you got? Offense or defense tomorrow?
I think Todd Bates.
Todd Bates all day long.
Jay.
Yeah.
The Sooner State, that better have been $100 question. Trap House says, ignore the score and give me some good looks on film. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see some things I can evaluate, just see how guys are doing. Scheme-wise, I like to see. Arnold versus Hawkins. Let me say this. And because I don't want to get too much into this because I've done it before. I think Michael Hawkins is going to be elite. I think it's pretty ridiculous the people that are saying that Michael Hawkins is pushing Arnold to be the starter. That's absurd if people are saying that. Michael Hawkins is definitely more mobile, but I think Jackson Arnold's got it all, including legs that can go and scramble.
Hey, Kylie says probably not going to be softball tomorrow, probably a doubleheader. Dalpo's right. No injuries is the best win you can get tomorrow. And then Bobby says it better be the defense. I 1,000% agree. There was something I was going to get to. What was it? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I was going to ask you because I'm going to tell you who I think it is. As far as tomorrow, who stands out the most? Who is the guy that you walk away from tomorrow? You're leaving the Palace. You're getting to your car. You're driving home with your boys and the people you ride with, and you talk about, man, that guy just, wow. You know who I think it's going to be?
Who?
Caleb Hicks.
Okay.
On the offense, I'm going to say Caleb Hicks. Defense, I'm going to say David Stone. I think he's going to look that good.
Hey, Lewis Carter looks the part. I'm ready for him to play more. Listen, Sammy and how good did that play in any role in Harrington's decision into the portal? Because if you see Dolby and Sammy over there, was the writing on the wall. Again, don't want to speculate because I love Justin Harrington. Jaden Jackson's going to feast. Someone asked where we're going to feast tomorrow. My son really wants Dave's Hot Chicken in Bricktown, but we've also gone to Louis there and more Norman before. We'll see. I'm not sure
No Rudy's?
where Hunter and all of us will end up.
No Rudy's tomorrow?
Probably not Rudy's, no. Done that before, though.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Harrington did hit the portal. It's official. He's hitting the portal. Hey, I am very interested to watch Sammy because size-wise, man, I mean,
he's there.
I mean, he's kind of that, I don't want to say poster for that position, but he kind of is. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see.
All I know is tomorrow night we're going to cover it all, break down it all, but I think tomorrow there could be a lot of overreactions on either side. And let's have Hunter maybe can help us on this.
Hunter, hey, Uncle Charlie, that's a great idea for a video we should do about that because I'd like to break that down. You heard her talk about this. Jen Rocha, they didn't really like what they do with Jen Rocha on the analytics and watching stuff. And I don't think scouting and stuff just wasn't being done, I think, at Oklahoma State with her. And so I think she's improved dramatically in that side of it.
Yeah. Who else entered the portal? Because Whittier did. Is it 4 over or 3 over right now? I still think it's 4 over scholarship-wise. I could be wrong, but here's the deal.
4. I think
Andrel Anthony is not playing tomorrow. Isn't that right, Jay?
Yeah, I don't think he's playing at all.
Not playing tomorrow.
I
think Bauer Sharp turns heads too. But hey, all I know is tomorrow night we're gonna have it all, guys. Be here tomorrow night, 9:30 for the live. We'll cover it all. I hope to see people there tomorrow. If you see me, let's meet up. I'd love to meet some of you guys in person. And Hunter will be there as well. It'll be a great time. Let's hope and pray the rain goes away. And also prayers for our dad. Had a tough conversation about assisted living and things. And it's hard decisions right now. Let's just say that. Prayers for discernment would be appreciated. Okay. We trust that God knows and he'll guide us in making the decisions that need to be made. But appreciate you all. You guys are great. We'll see you tomorrow night. Boomer.